How did you inherit so much properties if you are from a poor background? Atiku Abubakar calls out Bola Tinubu. Hello everyone, welcome to newsspottv. Thank you so much for joining us. On today's news, we are talking about what Atiku Abubakar said as he called out Bola Tinubu and questioned his wealth. Let us go into the news proper. During an interview with BBC Focus on Africa, Tinubu had said he inherited real estate which contributed to his wealth. The wealth of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress (APC), has been questioned by Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Atiku urged Tinubu to come clean on his source of wealth. Recall that during an interview with BBC Focus, Tinubu has said his money is strictly from inheritance and real estate, which contributed to his wealth. The former governor of Lagos State likened himself to the United States billionaire Warren Buffett. Are these enemies of wealth? If they are not enemies of wealth, investments do yield. I have an example of Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in America and the world. He started with stock buying and brokerage. I inherited great real estate. I turned the values around. I am not denying my wealth. I was the most investigated, the most accused governor in opposition for 8 years up to 2007. Since I left office, I'm still there. I've not taken a government appointment, no government contract, he had said. But in a statement, Frank Shaibu, his special assistant on public communications, issues on his behalf on Sunday, Atiku challenged Tinubu to come clean with his source of wealth. Obviously, thrown off balance when the BBC reported asked him to disclose the source of his stupendous wealth, APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu responded by saying, "Are you an enemy of wealth?" He subsequently told a fable of how he inherited properties and also traded stocks like Warren Buffett. "This is complete hogwash," said Atiku Abubakar's representative. Interestingly, Tinubu had told a Lagos State House of Assembly committee that was set up to investigate his academic records in 1999 that he could not complete secondary school because his family was too poor. The governor spoke about his difficult and traumatic youth and how he scaled the hurdles of life as a self-made man. After his primary education, the governor said he was admitted into secondary school but he could not further his education because of his poverty. The governor thus had to engage in menial jobs before he proceeded to the United States of America in search of the golden flea. The House reports read in part. So how did Tinubu, whose family was too poor to send him to school, despite a free education policy at the time, inherit properties from the same family? This is obviously unimaginable. Tinubu would do well to stop comparing himself with Warren Buffett, whose sort of wealth has never been linked to narcotics by US authorities. The statement added that questions on Tinubu's source of wealth did not start now. So people, that is what Atiku Abubakar, spokesman, has just said from his principal to Bola Tinubu to say, you've always claimed that you're from a very poor background. You were not opportune to finish secondary school. You had to work your way up by doing menial jobs. You're a self-made man and everything. So how come your source of wealth suddenly is now inheritance? If your family was actually as well off as you are saying now, then you shouldn't have it difficult to have had it difficult to have gone to secondary school, despite free education available at that time. One thing that, is always said in the news is that Bola Tinubu made his wealth from a lot of sources. Some claim he has vested ventures that he's been able to do, especially based in Lagos State, and he's been able to put people in different places to manage his resources for him. The stupendously wealthy ex-governor of Lagos State is one man who, as people know him, is quite generous. As they say, when it comes to politics and spending money, he's always willing to do that because he's a master planner, a strategist that knows when to do what, having long-term plans and short-term plans. So for Atiku Abubakar to call him out, the question is, can Atiku Abubakar categorically tell us how he also made his own stupendously so much wealth? Because Atiku Abubakar is also known to be a very, very rich man. So the question is, did he also get it being a self-made man from investment, or did he also get his own from inheritance? When it comes to politics and political moments, especially during campaigns like this, questions will keep coming up. And honestly, it's quite in place for questions to be asked. The onus lies to the person who is being asked the question to justify or to respond as convincingly as possible how he or she got to that point. So at this point, is there going to be another clap back from Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's angle to this question posed by Atiku Abubakar's spokesperson? That is a question that we are still waiting for answers on social media. The truth of the matter is, in current Nigeria, nobody wants to know how you got your money. As long as you have the money and people are able to benefit from it, those who are your beneficiaries will always want to speak out for you so that they can constantly keep, their own flow of money in and everything. But the stage we are in Nigeria right now, we do not really know our right from the wrongs anymore, except the few people who are able to say, let us get these things right. Let us ask the question we are supposed to ask at this time. Anybody who has put himself or herself out there, especially to vie for political office, should be ready to take on questions and be ready to also give responses. So as Atiku Abubakar is bringing out the question to Bola Tinubu, we hope he will also be able to convince us that if he's asked the same question to say, Atiku Abubakar, how did you make your money as well? Hope he will also be able to convince us, because what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. What's your opinion on this question posed by Atiku Abubakar to Bola Tinubu to say, you are from a poor family like you've always claimed, so how did the money, the wealth, come about? Please drop your opinion in the comment section below. I hope you get it right in 2023 as it's countdown to the next general election in Nigeria, where Nigerians, hopefully by voting right and without, or with just little issues there, they will be able to pick their own president who will be able to take Nigeria to the next level, because another 4 or 8 years of this kind of hardship that is happening right now is not what we are looking forward to. Thank you so much for joining the news. We'll see you in the next bulletin. Bye for now.